Here are just some quick definitions. Algebraic expression is a collection of variables and constants using operations like pluses, minuses, multiplication. Terms. Terms are separated by addition or subtraction. So an example would be like 3x is a term, or 5y squared is a term. Variable contains letters. So an example would be like x is a variable, or the letter z. Constant only has the number. So if you had an expression like 3x plus 5, the 5 would be the constant. Coefficients are the numbers in front of the variable. So an example would be like 3 and 5 are coefficients in those terms. Here are some examples of evaluating expressions. The first example is an expression, negative 3x plus 5, when x equals 3. So wherever we see a variable, we substitute the 3 in place of it. So negative 3, replace the x with 3, and then we just simplify it. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9, plus 5 is negative 4. So that expression evaluated is negative 4. Second example, the expression is 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. And we want to evaluate it when x equals negative 1. So we're going to substitute negative 1 in here and negative 1 in there. So 3 times negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 1. We do our orders of operations, we are doing our exponents first. So negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. I'm just going to leave everything else alone in that expression. Now let's do our multiplication. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. And now we do our subtraction. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Our answer is 0. Last example. We have two pieces to evaluate. We have when x is negative 3. And when we have y equaling negative 2. Now we're set to substitute. So 2, replace the x with negative 3, minus 5 times negative 2. And now let's do some simplifying. So 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, minus, and then 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And then we need to clean up this negative negative. Remember, this is a plus symbol now. A negative and a negative turns into a positive. So if I just rewrite that as negative 6 plus 10, negative 6 plus 10 is 4. And that's how you evaluate expressions.